Chapter 1951. Two races join forces to hunt. The entire demon race had mobilized. Abyssal flames blossomed in various regions of the demon race, and all the abyssal eye demons were using the flames to condense demon eyes, monitoring vast stretches of the starry sky. Both the internal and external regions of the demon star domain were under surveillance. Simultaneously, countless surveillance artifacts from the Golden Eagle race arrived from afar, filling the starry sky. The demon race and the Golden Eagle race joined forces, setting up an inescapable net. Although the demon race temporarily did not wish to confront the human race head-on, it was not out of fear. At the same time, they absolutely did not want Lin Moyu to return safely. Lin Moyu had to die, but it couldn't be done by the demon race alone. It had to be done in collaboration with the Golden Eagle race. This way, the alliance between the two races would become extremely solid. The top target on both races' must-kill lists was Lin Moyu. They were well aware of Lin Moyu's status within the human race and the threat he posed to them. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that they would not miss. After parting ways with Lillian, Lin Moyu no longer harassed the demon race. He focused all his efforts on advancing towards the human star domain, feeling a vague sense of unease. Especially in recent days, he felt as if he was being watched again. After all, this place was close to the demon star domain. If the demon race was determined to find him, they would eventually succeed. After flying for nearly 30 days, Lin Moyu saw several lights rushing towards him from afar.
The Golden Eagle race, they are here too.
Lin Moyu felt troubled. The Golden Eagle race was known for their top-tier speed among all races. Although he had some mastery of the laws of space and was faster than the Golden Eagle race's god sovereigns, he had no confidence against the Golden Eagle race's other shore realm experts. However, thinking of his trump card, Lin Moyu was not worried, just reluctant to use it, feeling it wasn't worth it. Two other shore realm experts from the Golden Eagle race, each with wings spanning 100 meters, were approaching. With each flap of their wings, they could crush space and instantly fly tens of millions of kilometers, appearing to teleport. In terms of speed, they were slightly faster than Lin Moyu. They locked onto Lin Moyu from afar and rushed straight towards him. When they were still tens of millions of kilometers apart, the Golden Eagle race's other shore realm experts attacked. Countless golden lights pierced through space, shattering the laws, and appeared in front of Lin Moyu in an instant. Lin Moyu's expression changed dramatically, and a hazy aura enveloped his entire body. The bone hell automatically emerged, becoming Lin Moyu's first layer of defense, but it couldn't withstand the other shore realm attack and was instantly shattered by the golden light. Next, the golden armor talisman appeared, covering Lin Moyu in golden light and armor. However, the golden armor talisman also shattered with a loud bang. Lin Moyu swung the golden sword, creating a massive shield. The golden light struck the shield, causing it to vibrate violently. It only lasted a second before shattering on the spot. The golden light weakened slightly and fell on Lin Moyu. The purple-gold body fully activated, but it couldn't withstand the golden light either, and his body was pierced, causing severe damage. Countless undead legions simultaneously shared the damage with Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu was horrified. This was the power of an other shore realm attack, incredibly fierce. If it weren't for the undead legions sharing the damage, that strike alone would have been enough to kill him.
The Golden Eagle race's other shore realm is known for its sharpness. Their attacks are incredibly fierce. It seems I need to adjust my tactics.
Lin Moyu had faced many other shore realm experts, but he had never truly faced a fully powered other shore realm expert. At this moment, without even meeting face-to-face, the Golden Eagle race's other shore realm experts almost caused him great harm. The two Golden Eagle race experts were also shocked. Lin Moyu had taken their attack head-on and seemed unharmed. Boom! Boom! Explosions rang out as both of them were simultaneously hit by violent blasts, throwing them off course. Golden light shone brightly, and the power of rules turned into armor, protecting them. The immense energy contained in the explosions made them feel very uncomfortable.
Such a strong attack. It's already beyond the peak of God's sovereign. To withstand our full force attack, having such combat power at the first stage of God's sovereign, this person cannot be left alive.
The two Golden Eagle race experts quickly communicated, deeply sensing Lin Moyu's terrifying potential. If Lin Moyu continued to grow and reach the other shore realm, who could stop him? By then, all races would face a great calamity. They had already decided to kill Lin Moyu at any cost. But before they could act, two more violent explosions erupted. Corpses exploded, ignoring space, and Lin Moyu, millions of kilometers away, continuously detonated corpses. He had obtained some peak god sovereign corpses from the Soul Spirit battleship, which were now coming in handy. Lin Moyu continuously detonated corpses, bombarding the two other shore realm experts. The explosions forced them to focus on defense, making it difficult to attack Lin Moyu again. The explosions continued, not just using peak god sovereign corpses but also some 7th and 8th stage god sovereign corpses. There were only so many peak god sovereign corpses, and they couldn't be used recklessly. The continuous explosions engulfed the two other shore realm experts. After a dozen seconds, when the explosions finally ceased, the two disoriented experts found that Lin Moyu had disappeared. Their faces were extremely grim. As other shore realm experts, they had let Lin Moyu escape. Their bodies shone with golden light as they used secret techniques to search for Lin Moyu's whereabouts. This part of the starry sky had been covered by their inescapable net. No matter where Lin Moyu fled, he would be quickly found. Soon, they locked onto the direction of Lin Moyu's escape. Just as they were about to act, a sharp pain shot through their souls. In the starry sky, an enormous eye, millions of meters wide, had appeared at some point. The eye burned with gray flames, coldly staring at them. Lin Moyu had left a contingency plan. The undead gaze couldn't harm them but could cause some disturbance, delaying them by at least a second or two. A second or two was enough to fly a great distance. The two Golden Eagle race experts unleashed fierce attacks, instantly shattering the undead eye, and then flapped their wings, continuing to chase Lin Moyu. As other shore realm experts, their speed was incredibly fast, gradually closing the distance with Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu felt the two experts approaching.
The Golden Eagle race truly lives up to its reputation as the fastest race. Although they don't have space laws, their racial talent grants them incredible speed.
Lin Moyu silently calculated the distance between himself and the pursuers. At this rate, they would catch up in a few minutes. A flash of green light appeared before him, and an abyssal demon eye materialized.
Lin Moyu, I've caught you!
The abyssal demon eye let out a sharp scream, the voice of the abyssal demon sovereign. A green light exploded in the distance, causing space to ripple. The disruption in space slowed Lin Moyu's speed. Lin Moyu remained calm and pointed at the abyssal demon eye. Boom! With an explosion, the abyssal demon eye let out a scream and extinguished on the spot. Lin Moyu quickly adapted to the new spatial vibrations. 30 seconds later, he vibrated his undead wings again, breaking through space and flying away. In the distance, the demon race's ice blue void ship was approaching. On the ship stood 3 demon sovereigns, the same ones who had previously hunted Lin Moyu. The warship moved quickly, rapidly closing in. A blue light flashed from the warship, exploding in front of Lin Moyu, freezing the starry sky instantly. 1952. Chapter 1952. Is this guy really just a god sovereign?
Lin Moyu, this time you can't escape.
The cold voice of the demon sovereign echoed through the starry sky. Lin Moyu said nothing, and the Law Star River appeared beneath his feet. The Law Star River surged, and he walked on the waves. The undead law surged out, forcibly creating a path through the frozen starry sky. Lin Moyu pointed backward, and the bone hell instantly enveloped the ice-blue void ship. Hellish spirits crazily pounced on the 3 demon sovereigns.
What trash! Get lost!
The demon sovereigns attacked, shattering the bone hell. The mark was completed, and a barely noticeable smile appeared on Lin Moyu's lips. Even though the bone hell hadn't fully grown, its marking ability alone was as good as any spell. Relying on this ability, Lin Moyu could easily lock onto the other shore realm, allowing other spells to take effect. Otherwise, facing the other shore realm, he would suffer greatly. The ice blue void ship was still billions of kilometers away, shooting out ice blue light again, trying to completely freeze the starry sky. Lin Moyu stepped on the Lost Star River, crashing through, while a large number of skeletal generals flew out, clearing the way for him. The Golden Eagle race's other shore realm experts were getting closer, and they were surprised.
Why is his Lost Star River beneath his feet? I've never seen this before. It doesn't make sense. The Lost Star River should only move from above the head to the body when one steps into the other shore realm. Having it beneath the feet is incomprehensible. If you don't understand, don't think about it. Just catch up and kill him. That will solve everything.
The two couldn't figure it out and stopped thinking about it. As long as they killed Lin Moyu, it didn't matter where the Lost Star River was. The ice blue void ship continuously shot out ice blue beams, freezing space and greatly reducing Lin Moyu's speed.
This warship is troublesome.
Lin Moyu thought, and a peak god sovereign's corpse appeared in his hand, along with 100 drops of multicolored water and the burning power of 10,000 beliefs. From billions of kilometers away, Lin Moyu locked onto the ice blue void ship and triggered a corpse explosion. With a loud bang, a barrier rose from the ice blue void ship, which then shattered in the violent explosion. The ice blue void ship was blown off course, shaking and flying in another direction. The three demon sovereigns were stunned, not expecting Lin Moyu's counterattack to be so fierce and silent. They quickly reacted, put away the ice blue void ship, and flew towards Lin Moyu, engulfed in abyssal flames. But their speed was much slower than the ice blue void ship. Lin Moyu broke through the frozen area, his undead wings vibrating, preparing to break through space again. Several golden beams attacked from behind. The Golden Eagle race's other shore realm experts had arrived and launched a strong attack on Lin Moyu. Having experienced it once and knowing the attack's intensity, Lin Moyu no longer blocked it with his body. Countless skeletal generals appeared behind him, becoming his meat shield. Layers of golden armor talismans flashed, forming countless shields. The golden beams pierced through layer after layer of shields, and many skeletal generals were pierced and collapsed on the spot. The golden armor talismans, which could withstand a peak god sovereign's attack, were like paper, completely ineffective. The golden beams pierced through thousands of skeletal generals and finally struck Lin Moyu. The immense power exploded on Lin Moyu, sending him flying, but he quickly vibrated his undead wings, breaking through space and escaping.
Still unharmed?
The Golden Eagle race's other shore realm experts were stunned. After enduring their attacks twice, Lin Moyu still seemed unscathed.
Is this guy really just a god sovereign?
The more they thought this, the more they couldn't let Lin Moyu go. They exchanged glances, their bodies glowing with golden light, and their speed suddenly increased as they charged forward. On the other side, the three demon sovereigns also flew towards Lin Moyu, but their speed was slower than the Golden Eagle race's experts and Lin Moyu, who controlled the laws of space.
This chase isn't working. We can't catch up. How can this guy be so fast? Let's intercept him ahead.
The three took out a magic stone and crushed it, creating a teleportation channel in front of them. The channel connected to a distant teleportation array. This was near the Demon Star domain, where the demon race had secretly set up many teleportation arrays. They chose the nearest one to intercept Lin Moyu ahead. The Golden Eagle race's other shore realm experts closed the distance with Lin Moyu again, using secret techniques to increase their speed. Lin Moyu snapped his fingers, and undead flames ignited in the starry sky. The skeleton throne appeared, and the skeleton king emerged. God-slaying sword. The sword light exploded on the Golden Eagle race's experts. Equivalent to a peak god sovereign's attack, it couldn't harm them but slowed them down, increasing the distance between them and Lin Moyu again. They casually destroyed the skeleton king and continued the chase.
So many tricks, how can he be so slippery? The harder he is to kill, the more we must kill him. If he reaches the other shore realm, it won't be us chasing him, but him killing us.
The Golden Eagle race's experts were clear-headed. The more troublesome Lin Moyu was, the more they had to kill him. If they let him go, the consequences would be dire. They continued to accelerate, chasing Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu's eyes narrowed as he saw the three demon sovereigns blocking his path.
How did they get ahead?
Lin Moyu was puzzled and immediately changed direction. At that moment, a green flame exploded in the sky, causing space to become chaotic again. Lin Moyu's speed suddenly slowed. Fortunately, the spatial disruption was extensive, affecting the Golden Eagle race's experts as well. Lin Moyu quickly adjusted the space laws to adapt. Boom! Another abyssal flame exploded, making space even more chaotic and rendering Lin Moyu's adjustments useless. The three demon sovereigns flew towards Lin Moyu, continuously detonating abyssal flames, turning space into a chaotic mess, giving Lin Moyu no chance to adapt.
Not bad. They quickly found a way to deal with me.
With space in chaos, Lin Moyu lost his powerful mobility. The three demon sovereigns got closer, and the Golden Eagle race's experts were also closing in. Lin Moyu felt helpless. Without the space laws, he couldn't match their speed as a mere god sovereign.
It seems I have to use my trump card.
Although he felt it was a pity, Lin Moyu wouldn't hesitate when necessary. A trump card was good, but it couldn't compare to his life. Facing 5 other shore realm experts simultaneously, he had no chance. Lin Moyu stopped moving, standing in the starry sky and summoning some skeletons symbolically. A magic stone was crushed, creating a barrier that enveloped Lin Moyu. The barrier was vast, with a diameter exceeding 1,000,000 kilometers, enough to cover most stars. Lin Moyu could feel that the barrier was not only large but also very strong. Breaking through it would take some effort. As the barrier enveloped Lin Moyu, the three demon sovereigns sneered.
Nowhere to run, huh? Smart, knowing when to wait for death. Since you're so cooperative, any last words? We'll pass them on to the human race.
Lin Moyu looked at them without speaking. The three demon sovereigns were waiting for the Golden Eagle race's experts to arrive. Lin Moyu was also waiting for them to arrive. Soon, the 2 Golden Eagle race experts rushed into the barrier, surrounding Lin Moyu from front and back. Lin Moyu sighed.
No choice.
He took out the law orb given by Elder Xing. The demon sovereigns and Golden Eagle race experts felt a sense of unease, wondering why Lin Moyu wasn't panicking. Lin Moyu activated the law orb with a thought. 1953. Chapter 1953. The Demon Race's Foundation. The law orb was activated, and a vast aura surged out, instantly enveloping the entire barrier. The starry sky seemed to freeze, and the demon sovereigns and Golden Eagle race's other shore realm experts all showed expressions of shock. They were immobilized in the starry sky as if a spell had been cast on them. Space became a cage, binding them tightly.
What level of power is this? How does he have such a thing? This isn't a saint sovereign. It's even stronger than a saint sovereign. Could it be? Impossible. It can't be that.
They all thought of a certain possibility but knew that such an existence shouldn't be in the current world, unless it was a remnant from ancient times. But if the human race had such a powerful being, why were they nearly exterminated 10,000 years ago? If such a being had intervened, what would the combined forces of the other races amount to? Lin Moyu seemed like an enigma, with endless trump cards. Previously, Lin Moyu didn't want to tangle with them, simply because he didn't want to waste his trump cards. They realized that it wasn't that Lin Moyu feared them. It was that they weren't worthy. The law orb exploded, and the terrifying power sealed the space. It wasn't an ordinary seal. It froze the entire space, making it impossible to move. Countless laws surged in the starry sky, intertwining into chains that bound the other shore realm experts. Elder Xing appeared beside Lin Moyu, smiling at him.
Kid, didn't you say that the other shore realm couldn't kill you? What do you call this now?
Lin Moyu smiled wryly.
I said one other shore realm expert couldn't kill me, but there are 5 here.
Elder Shing's gaze swept over the 5 experts, and they felt as if they were being sliced into pieces by his gaze. Elder Shing didn't make a move, but looked in another direction and said lightly,
You're here?
A mass of green and red flames appeared out of thin air, revealing a vague, ferocious face, a demon's face. A hoarse voice echoed in the starry sky.
According to the agreement, you shouldn't intervene.
Elder Shing chuckled.
Did I intervene?
The demon said in a low voice,
I want to take them away.
Elder Shing didn't object.
Including these 2 eagle brats?
The demon hesitated for a few seconds.
I'll take one.
Elder Shing laughed.
Smart choice. It's settled then.
He then looked at the 2 golden eagle race experts, squinting.
Let's see your luck.
The 2 experts' faces changed drastically. From the conversation, they understood that only one of them would survive. Suddenly, a flame appeared out of nowhere, enveloping one of them and the 3 demon sovereigns. In the blink of an eye, the 4 other shore realm experts disappeared, leaving only 1 golden eagle race expert. The remaining expert felt a chill down his spine, sensing impending doom. Elder Shing chuckled.
So, do you want to do it yourself, or should I do it for you?
Lin Moyu thickened his skin and said,
Since you're already here, why not do it yourself? No need to kill, just cripple him.
Elder Shing glared at Lin Moyu.
You have quite a few demands.
He then looked at the golden eagle race expert.
What's your name? It's not right for an other shore realm expert to die without a name. If your name sounds good, maybe I'll spare your life.
The expert, seemingly terrified by Elder Shing, stammered,
My name is Xian Guang. Not impressive. You can go now.
With that, Elder Shing casually slapped him. With a bang, Xian Guang's flesh exploded, his bones shattered, and he fainted on the spot. A dignified other shore realm expert was crippled with a single slap. Lin Moyu witnessed the difference in power levels. This was the gap between Elder Shing and ordinary other shore realm experts. Elder Shing said,
Now you understand why the other shore realm was considered cannon fodder in ancient times.
Lin Moyu fully understood. They were indeed cannon fodder. And he, a god sovereign, wasn't even considered cannon fodder. Lin Moyu didn't waste time. He released the bone hell, letting the hellish spirits devour the other shore realm expert. Although corpses could be devoured, those not yet dead, with their souls intact, were most valuable. The bone hell was just a step away from advancing. Devouring this other shore realm expert should be enough. However, the other shore realm expert was strong, so devouring him would take some time. Elder Shing looked at Lin Moyu's technique.
Your technique looks pretty good.
Lin Moyu didn't hide anything and wasn't modest.
I think it's good too. It can grow through devouring.
Elder Shing nodded.
A growing technique, that's rare. I heard you wandered into the outer domain this time. How was it? Was it fun?
He looked at Lin Moyu with a teasing smile, as if wanting to see him embarrassed. Lin Moyu said,
It was all right. I met 2 living supremes and learned some things from ancient times.
Elder Shing's expression finally changed. He stared intently at Lin Moyu, his tone becoming serious.
You said you met 2 living supremes? Yes.
Elder Shing scrutinized Lin Moyu.
What kind of luck do you have?
He then looked around, as if checking for eavesdroppers, looking somewhat amusing. Lowering his voice, he said,
Hurry back and tell me everything about the outer domain. Not here. Tell me when you get back.
Lin Moyu understood Elder Shing's meaning. This wasn't the place to talk. Lin Moyu asked,
Senior, what was that demon face just now?
Elder Shing replied,
That's the foundation of the demon race.
Lin Moyu was startled, immediately thinking of a possibility.
Is that why Xiao Zhantian didn't exterminate the demon race back then?
Elder Shing chuckled.
Not bad, you figured it out.
Lin Moyu murmured.
No wonder.
With such a foundation, No wonder Xiao Zhantian retreated after heavily injuring the demon race. It wasn't that he couldn't exterminate them, but the cost would have been unbearable. At that time, they had to deal with not only the demon race but also other races. Other powerful races likely had their own foundations as well. Elder Xing said,
Understand now? Powerful races aren't easy to exterminate. Hurry back, don't mess around. If those old guys get shameless, I won't be able to save you.
Lin Moyu realized the seriousness of the situation.
Understood.
He had been playing with fire all this time. If he provoked the foundation of the demon race, it would be a big problem. Although he had trump cards, like the corpse of Shanlin Supreme, he couldn't guarantee their effectiveness. If he couldn't lock onto the target, they would be useless. Sometimes, the gap in strength is so vast that even trump cards become worthless. After waiting for half an hour, Elder Xing disappeared from the starry sky. His power in the law orb was limited, and he could stay for half an hour only because he didn't make any moves. If he had fought with full force, his presence time would have been greatly reduced. The devouring in the bone hell lasted for 2 hours, and the hellish spirits finally devoured Shen Guang. The bone hell emitted a gray light. The hellfire river burned fiercely, countless mists arose, and faint terrifying screams echoed, making the entire hell even more eerie and terrifying. The number of hellish spirits increased significantly, reaching 10 million. Each hellish spirit's strength was comparable to a 7-stage god sovereign. The range the bone hell could cover also doubled, reaching 100 million kilometers, enough to cover a small galaxy. 1954. Chapter 1954. Flatten your head. Roll your sister. At the border of the demon race, the human race's army was pressing forward, and the armies of both sides were confronting each other. Small skirmishes had already broken out several times, but large-scale battles had not yet begun. The human race was aggressive, as if a great war could break out at any moment. The Golden Eagle race's army also arrived from the side. Although their numbers were not large, they were all strong. Thousands of god sovereigns formed the Golden Eagle battle formation, ready to join the battlefield at any time. Several imitation war god fortresses of the human race flickered with formations, showing no fear even when facing enemies on 2 fronts. Dozens of light years away from the battlefield, the House Saint Sovereign and others controlled the genuine war god fortress, leaping out from deep space. They were intercepted by the Hell Demon Sovereign and the Abyssal Demon Sovereign, who, along with a group of other Shore Realm experts, blocked the path of the war god fortress. The demon race was different from the Buddhist race. The Buddhist race had never experienced war, and their star systems were like leaky walls everywhere. Each star system had formations guarding them, but they were independent and not systematic. The demon race, on the other hand, had been in a state of war for many years, establishing an extremely powerful defense system within their race. In the core area of the demon race, barriers connected various star systems into one, defending not only the surface of space but also monitoring deep space. Most of the power of the abyssal flame was concentrated here, making it difficult to penetrate even from deep space. In this regard, the demon race was stronger than the 3 silver race. Even among strong races, differences could be discerned. The House Saint Sovereign and others naturally couldn't take a detour from the periphery. They directly passed through the center of the demon race, doing so openly. This was also one of their purposes, to attract the attention of the top experts of the demon race and relieve the pressure on Lin Moyu. In the starry sky, the war god fortress transformed into a terrifying war machine, displaying powerful combat strength. Formations roared, countless attacks blasted out from the war god fortress, and stars were shattered one by one. In an instant, star systems were leveled, and countless demons were killed. This was the star domain of the demon race, where the war god fortress could unleash its full firepower without any scruples. The war god fortress lived up to its reputation, showing astonishing combat strength, not weaker than ordinary other Shore Realm experts. The other Shore Realm demon sovereigns of the demon race fully resisted the attacks of the war god fortress. They mainly aimed to protect the surrounding star systems. The Hell Demon Sovereign's voice roared like thunder,
Tian Saint Sovereign, does the human race want to have a decisive battle with the demon race?
He raised his giant palm and struck towards the war god fortress. Countless flaming giant palms appeared in the starry sky, roaring with abyssal flames, crashing onto the war god fortress. The formations within the war god fortress glowed brightly, firmly blocking the Hell Demon Sovereign's attack. The Tian Saint Sovereign stood within the formation, smiling.
You should know our intentions. If you don't understand, the Abyssal Demon Sovereign surely does.
The Abyssal Demon Sovereign naturally understood and had already informed the Hell Demon Sovereign. The human race's intention was to hold them back and relieve the pressure on Lin Moyu. The Abyssal Demon Sovereign sneered.
Of course, I understand, but do you think you can hold us back? This is our territory. Whether you can leave here is still uncertain.
The Tian Saint Sovereign sneered.
Abyssal Demon Sovereign, why don't you bring your true body here? Are you afraid?
The Abyssal Demon Sovereign laughed.
My true body has its own tasks, such as killing Lin Moyu.
The Tian Saint Sovereign's face changed. If the Abyssal Demon Sovereign's true body went to kill Lin Moyu would be in danger. The Abyssal Demon Sovereign was a Saint Sovereign, not someone Lin Moyu could resist. At this moment, the Zhan Saint Sovereign spoke.
In that case, let's fight.
The Tian Saint Sovereign nodded.
Let's fight.
With an order from the Zhan Saint Sovereign, the gates of the War God Fortress opened, and 10 other Shore Realm warships flew out. These warships had combat strength not weaker than the other Shore Realm. Following the warships were numerous other Shore Realm experts, also 10 in number, half of whom were from the War God Hall. On the fortress, the Tian Saint Sovereign, Hao Saint Sovereign, Zhan Saint Sovereign, and Sha Saint Sovereign, for Saint Sovereigns, were ready for battle. Although their goal was to hold back the enemy, they were not averse to turning the pretense into reality. The Tian Saint Sovereign coldly stared at the Abyssal Demon Sovereign.
Let's kill your clone first, then your true body.
The Hao Saint Sovereign said calmly.
If your true body doesn't come, the demon race will be short of one Saint Sovereign, making it easier to defeat you one by one.
The Abyssal Demon Sovereign's green flames surged.
Hey, you can try to kill me.
A mass of green flames exploded, and 2 golden lights suddenly lit up. 2 Saint Sovereigns of the Golden Eagle race appeared in the starry sky. At this moment, another demon arrived from afar, landing instantly. This demon's body was like black iron, with molten lava flowing beneath the black iron. Upon arrival, he roared, shaking the starry sky.
Long time no see, human race. Lava Demon Sovereign.
They were all old acquaintances, having fought before and were very familiar with each other. The Abyssal Demon Sovereign laughed.
4 against 4, isn't it even now? Flatten your head.
A sharp voice shouted, and a fierce sword aura shot out from the War God Fortress, heading straight for the Abyssal Demon Sovereign. The Abyssal Demon Sovereign's face changed, retreating quickly. He was fast, but not as fast as the sword aura. The Lava Demon Sovereign roared and punched towards the sword aura. The starry sky erupted like a volcano, with flames exploding and colliding with the sword aura. The entire starry sky trembled. Space collapsed, turning into a sea of fire. The Abyssal Demon Sovereign let out a strange cry, and the flames covering his body were mostly extinguished. Although the Lava Demon Sovereign blocked the sword, the Abyssal Demon Sovereign was still impacted. After all, it was just a clone equivalent to an ordinary other shore realm, far weaker than the true body. The Abyssal Demon Sovereign was still in shock when the Hell Demon Sovereign shouted,
Be careful.
From the sea of fire, a figure rushed out with a fierce sword light, instantly arriving in front of them. 10,000 swords devour the void. The sword aura exploded, covering billions of miles of the starry sky. The Abyssal Demon Sovereign's face changed drastically. The sword aura was already in front of him, making it impossible to dodge. Flames surged from his body, the abyssal flames burning fiercely, forming a shield in front of him. A peculiar aura flew out from the flames as he used his original technique. The green shield became extremely solid, blocking the endless sword aura. The Hell Demon Sovereign roared.
Get lost!
Countless hairs on his head extended for thousands of miles, turning into whips and lashing out.
Roll your sister!
A sharp voice responded. An even stronger sword aura erupted, cutting off all the hairs. The sword Saint Sovereign transformed into a sharp sword, stabbing into the Abyssal Demon Sovereign's shield. With a loud bang, the shield, enhanced by the original technique, shattered.
Slash the heavens!
Another sharp voice shouted, and the Abyssal Demon Sovereign let out a terrifying scream, being engulfed by the sword aura. The sword aura pierced through the sky, breaking the spatial barrier, and struck a distant star system. The star system collapsed instantly, its stars extinguished, and planets exploded, leveling the entire star system. The sword light quickly returned to the War God Fortress, and the sword Saint Sovereign appeared in the starry sky. The Hell Demon Sovereign's face was extremely grim.
Sword Saint Sovereign, I didn't expect you to come too.
The sword Saint Sovereign coldly said,
Whether I come or not is none of your business. The next sword will cut you down.
The sword Saint Sovereign's attack was too fierce, directly killing the Abyssal Demon Sovereign's clone without any mercy. The Jean Saint Sovereign said,
It's my turn now. I can't let the sword Saint Sovereign hog all the glory.
With a light shout, the Jean Saint Sovereign's aura sword, and a giant spear with a diameter of over 100,000 meters appeared in the starry sky. 1955. Chapter 1955. If the divine path is restored, we will leave. The appearance of the 10,000-meter-long spear caused the entire demon race to tremble. The two Golden Eagle race Saint Sovereigns who had come to support immediately turned and retreated. In an instant, they withdrew over 100 million miles, their eyes filled with fear at the sight of the spear. The Lava Demon Sovereign roared.
The War God's spear, you actually brought it.
The War Saint Sovereign sneered.
Yes, otherwise you guys would think we were just bluffing.
The Hell Demon Sovereign coldly said,
The War God's spear is indeed terrifying, but how many times can you strike with it?
The War Saint Sovereign laughed.
It doesn't matter how many times, it's enough to kill you.
The War God's spear emitted a thunderous light. Countless lightning bolts shot out from the spear, shattering the starry sky and turning a vast star region into a sea of lightning. The demon sovereigns retreated, avoiding the lightning, seemingly not daring to confront it. Not for any other reason, just its name was enough to instill fear. The War God Spear was once the life treasure of Shao Zhantian. Countless powerful beings had died under the War God Spear, including no fewer than 10 Saint Sovereigns, and even more in the other shore realm. Shao Zhantian once swept through various races with this spear, striking fear into the hearts of their strongest warriors. After Shao Zhantian's disappearance, the War God Spear remained in the War God Hall. In the subsequent years, there were a few records of the War God Spear's appearance. Both the Demon Race and the Golden Eagle Race had records of this spear, and their Saint Sovereigns had been severely injured by it. Fortunately, the War God Spear was difficult to wield, even for a Saint Sovereign, making it hard to use continuously. The War God Spear rarely appeared, but when it did, it was always during a great battle. The War Saint Sovereign smiled.
Who wants to take the first strike from me?
His gaze swept over the Demon Sovereigns like lightning, causing them to retreat again, not daring to face the War God Spear. Taking a strike meant either death or severe injury. The Lava Demon Sovereign roared in anger.
I want to see how powerful the War God's spear is.
He was furious, having failed to block the Sword Saint Sovereign earlier, leading to the Abyssal Demon Sovereign's clone being slain. He was already burning with rage. Now he wanted to redeem himself. He clashed his fists together, and a treasure flew out, transforming into armor that covered his entire body. Lava flowed over the armor, making the Lava Demon Sovereign even more ferocious. After donning the armor, the Lava Demon Sovereign's aura surged, along with his size. Originally only 10 meters tall, he instantly grew to over 10,000 meters. Although still not as large as the War God Spear, his aura had at least doubled. The War Saint Sovereign sneered.
Then try it.
With a murderous look in his eyes, he roared, and the war god's spear struck out with immense force. The sea of lightning exploded, countless bolts of lightning spreading in all directions. The already damaged star system collapsed in the lightning. The lava demon's sovereign roared, his fists clashing to unleash boundless lava, colliding with the sea of lightning. At the same time, he punched towards the war god's spear. The terrifying power swept through the starry sky, causing the formations of the war god fortress to flicker and be uncontrollably shaken. The demon sovereign's expressions changed, as they were like leaves in a storm, being swept in all directions. The massive body of the lava demon sovereign was blasted away, shedding countless streams of lava. His armor was covered in dense cracks, as if it could shatter at any moment. His arm hung limply, with countless streams of lava falling from it like a waterfall. This lava was his blood, and a huge wound could be seen on his arm. The wound ran through his entire arm and was difficult to heal. The Saint Sovereign's body was extremely strong, with incredible recovery speed. But now, the injury to his body couldn't heal, showing the power of the war god's spear. The spear not only injured the surface but also the soul. The lava demon sovereign was severely injured by one strike, and the other demon sovereigns in the other shore realm felt fortunate. If it had been them, they might not have just been severely injured but killed on the spot. The war god's spear returned to the war saint sovereign's hand, and he waved it, condensing another 10,000-meter war god's spear in the starry sky.
Being able to take one strike is impressive. Let's see how many more you can take.
The war saint sovereign coldly said, locking his gaze on the lava demon sovereign. The second strike was launched and lightning exploded again. The lava demon sovereign's face changed drastically. He roared, unleashing boundless lava, and a phantom lava world appeared in front of him. He summoned his rule world, knowing that without it, he might die. The hell demon sovereign roared.
Do you want to fight to the death?
The Tian Saint sovereign sneered.
Are you stupid?
The blood feud between the human race and the demon race made a fight to the death the most normal thing. The hell demon sovereign also realized his foolishness. Seeing that the lava demon sovereign couldn't withstand the second strike, he roared and rushed over to help. At this moment, a mass of red and green flames exploded in the starry sky, forming a demon face. The demon face appeared in front of the lava demon sovereign, blocking the war god's spear. With a loud bang, the sea of lightning exploded. The war saint sovereign's face changed, and he forcefully recalled the war god's spear, which flew back to his hand like lightning. The sea of lightning in the starry sky rapidly shrank, being absorbed by the suddenly appearing demon face. Seeing the demon face, the lava demon sovereign immediately bowed respectfully.
Greetings, demon lord.
The hell demon sovereign also bowed to the demon face, respectfully saying,
Greetings, demon lord.
The other shore realm demon sovereigns were all confused. They didn't know the demon lord, but seeing the hell demon sovereign and lava demon sovereign's actions, they followed suit, bowing to the demon face and respectfully calling it demon lord. The Tian Saint sovereign, unlike the demon sovereigns, showed no fear towards the demon lord.
I didn't expect the demon lord to personally appear. What a rare sight.
The demon lord looked at the war saint sovereign and others.
Lin Moyu is safe, and my race will not pursue him.
The Tian Saint sovereign's eyes flickered, thinking of something.
With the demon lord's status, we naturally believe you.
He signaled to the war saint sovereign with his eyes, meaning,
Let's call it a day.
The war saint sovereign understood and immediately gave the order. All the other shore realm experts and warships returned to the war god fortress, and the fortress's gates slowly closed. The sword saint sovereign seemed to want to say something, but seeing the Tian Saint sovereign's gaze, she held back. The Tian Saint sovereign said to the demon lord,
Before Lin Moyu safely returns, our army will not retreat. Agreed.
The demon lord responded heavily. The war god fortress activated, entering deep space and disappearing from the starry sky. This battle caused significant losses for the demon race. The lava demon sovereign was injured, the abyssal demon sovereign's clone was slain, 4 star systems were destroyed, and countless demon citizens were killed. After the war god fortress disappeared, the hell demon sovereign whispered.
Demon Lord, are we really letting them go?
The demon lord looked at the hell demon sovereign and asked,
Can you stop them?
The hell demon sovereign instinctively replied,
If the Demon Lord takes action, it should be possible.
The demon lord sneered.
I just met the human race's elder.
The hell demon sovereign was shocked.
He actually came too.
He clearly knew Elder Shing and understood that Elder Shing and the demon lord were on the same level, the foundations of their respective races. It was precisely because of the demon lord's existence that Xiao Zhantian had to spare the demon race 10,000 years ago. The demon lord said no more.
Let Lin Moyu go, and do not pursue him further. This matter ends here.
The hell demon sovereign frowned. Although he didn't dare to defy the demon lord, as a saint sovereign, he still had something to say.
Demon Lord, if Lin Moyu grows up, he will be a great disaster for our race.
The demon lord whispered so only the hell demon sovereign could hear.
The divine path is broken. No matter how strong he becomes, there is a limit. If the divine path is ever restored, we will leave.
The hell demon sovereign was stunned.
Leave? Where to? Leave here and go to the outer domain.
1956. Chapter 1956. Even in ancient times, it was considered precious. The war god fortress navigated through deep space, returning to reunite with the main army. The sword saint sovereign looked displeased.
Why did you stop me?
The Tian saint sovereign whispered.
Do you really want to fight the demon lord?
The sword saint sovereign snorted.
Why not?
The Tian saint sovereign replied.
You are not his match. There's no need to fight.
The sword saint sovereign, full of defiance, said.
How do you know if we haven't fought?
The Tian saint sovereign said.
Go back and spar with Elder Xing. You'll understand. Elder Xing and the demon lord are of similar strength.
The sword saint sovereign huffed.
Even if I can't win, I should at least try to gauge his strength.
The war saint sovereign, sitting nearby, spoke softly.
You've seen the power of the war god's spear. If it can be easily blocked, it already proves his strength.
At this moment, the war saint sovereign's voice was somewhat ethereal, his face pale, showing signs of overexertion. Even as a saint sovereign, continuously activating the war god's spear twice was a significant burden. With his combat power, he could activate it 3 times at most before exhausting all his strength. Now, having activated it twice, his strength was more than half depleted, and he was in the process of recovery. The sword saint sovereign glanced at the war saint sovereign, opened her mouth to speak but then closed it, unusually refraining from arguing. She knew how powerful the war god's spear was. Using it as a benchmark, she indeed wasn't a match for the demon lord. The gap was vast. Previously, she was just indignant. Why should they retreat just because the demon lord said a few words? The Tian saint sovereign said,
Since the demon lord said Lin Xiaoyu is fine, then he should be fine. I guess he has met Elder Xing, and they must have reached some understanding. In that case, let's return and wait. I believe it won't be long before Lin Xiaoyu comes back.
The silent Sha saint sovereign suddenly spoke.
Is there no way to deal with the demon lord?
The house saint sovereign gently shook his head.
Unless a supreme intervenes, there's no way to deal with the demon lord. Otherwise, the war god wouldn't have spared the demon race back then.
The war saint sovereign sighed.
Back then, the war god indeed intended to exterminate the demon race and several other races. Unfortunately, their foundations forced him to stop.
Not only the demon race but also the golden eagle race and the bull demon race had such foundations. The saint sovereigns were well aware that being called a strong race wasn't simple. The house saint sovereign's eyes were filled with longing.
If Lin Xiaoyu can restore the divine path, perhaps he can deal with them.
The saint sovereigns felt helpless. Restoring the divine path was extremely difficult. Even Xiao Zhantian couldn't do it back then. They had all tried but failed. In the great world, all the divine paths were destroyed, except for the human race's divine path, which seemed to have a glimmer of hope. But this hope was too slim. After the war god fortress returned, the human race's army did not retreat, maintaining high pressure on the demon race. Before Lin Moyu returned, the army would not withdraw. They believed the demon lord's words, but not entirely. Lin Moyu did not delay, following the star map's shortest route, quickly flying towards the human star domain. Days turned into years. In front of the human race's army, the war god fortress, which had been silent for years, suddenly moved. It disappeared into the starry sky again, diving into deep space. Lin Moyu vibrated his undead wings, continuously breaking through space, leaving a trail of shattered gaps. Suddenly, he stopped.
It seems something is approaching.
Through space, he sensed changes in deep space. Over the years, although he had been on the move, continuously vibrating his undead wings had made him increasingly proficient in the laws of space, improving his mastery. Combined with his extremely sensitive soul, even the slightest spatial changes could trigger his senses. Shortly after Lin Moyu stopped, space twisted not far away, and the war god fortress appeared. Familiar auras emanated from the fortress, and the House Saint Sovereign, Tian Saint Sovereign, and War Saint Sovereign appeared on the fortress. Lin Moyu was overjoyed.
Greetings, Saint Sovereigns.
The House Saint Sovereign was in a good mood.
It's good to have you back.
The Tian Saint Sovereign smiled and nodded.
Let's go. We can talk on the way. You've been out for years. It's time to go home.
Returning home, stepping into the war god fortress, Lin Moyu felt a different mood. He asked,
Did the Saint Sovereigns come specifically to pick me up?
The War Saint Sovereign glanced at Lin Moyu.
Of course, you could say you're the most honored person in the human race in tens of thousands of years.
Lin Moyu was puzzled.
I don't understand.
The House Saint Sovereign smiled and explained what they had done over the years. Hearing that they had mobilized the army to relieve his pressure, Lin Moyu was deeply moved. With Lin Moyu's return, the human race's army received orders to begin withdrawing. The war god fortress took Lin Moyu directly back to the divine city star domain. Over the years, the Sword Saint Sovereign and Sha Saint Sovereign had left for other matters, and most of the other Shore Realm experts had also returned. Only the War, Hao, and Tian Saint Sovereigns remained in the war god fortress. At their inquiry, Lin Moyu recounted his experiences in the outer domain. Hearing that Lin Moyu had encountered Red Star Supreme, Shanlin Supreme, and even managed to cripple Shanlin Supreme, eventually chasing him into the Soul Spirit battleship until his death, they were all incredulous. Lin Moyu's experiences sounded like mythological stories, things others wouldn't encounter in a lifetime. Yet Lin Moyu had faced them all in just a few decades. The three Saint Sovereigns looked at each other, speechless. The House Saint Sovereign said,
I also traveled in the outer domain for hundreds of years in my early days, but I didn't experience as much as you.
The War Saint Sovereign snorted.
It's not like I haven't been there. Who hasn't?
The Tian Saint Sovereign laughed.
Different people, different fates.
The Tian Saint Sovereign had also been to the outer domain many times, often going on spiritual journeys, but he had never seen Red Star Supreme or Shanlin Supreme. It had to be said, Lin Moyu's luck was unique. Whether good or bad, it was his luck. Lin Moyu took out the box left by the Soul Spirit race.
I don't know what this box is for. I can't open it.
The three Saint Sovereigns examined the box carefully. The House Saint Sovereign frowned.
This box is made using ancient talisman techniques combined with time stones. The combination makes the box extremely sturdy, and the items inside are unaffected by time. Even in that era, only extremely precious items would be preserved this way.
Among the three, the House Saint Sovereign was the most knowledgeable and quickly analyzed the box's situation. Hearing his explanation, they became even more curious about the box's contents. What could be so precious that ancient strong beings would treasure it so? Unfortunately, they could see but not open it. The House Saint Sovereign said,
When we get back, Let the talisman Saint Sovereign take a look. Maybe he can find a way. If not, we can ask Elder Xing.
Lin Moyu nodded.
There's one more thing. Luotian has awakened.
The three Saint Sovereigns looked over simultaneously. The War Saint Sovereign asked,
The hybrid princess of the starry skyfish race? Yes, it's her.
1957. Chapter 1957. Luotian's Past, the shortest-lived Saint Sovereign. Luotian is one of the most legendary figures in the past 10,000 years. Her father was a human, and her mother was a princess of the starry skyfish race. This princess was not an ordinary princess. She had awakened her bloodline and comprehended the laws of space. In the starry skyfish race, her status was very high, making it impossible for her to marry outside the race. No one knows what methods the human used, but the princess eloped with him. The two disappeared for many years. Eventually, the princess did not return, and only the human man came back, bringing with him a daughter named Luotian. When Luotian returned, she was still a child. Originally, the starry skyfish race would never have allowed a mixed blood like Luotian to exist. However, Luotian was born with an awakened bloodline and mastered the laws of space. At that time, the starry skyfish race was in a peculiar phase where none of the royal bloodlines were awakening. Only a few elders in the race still mastered the laws of space, but they were nearing the end of their lives. If they all passed away, the starry skyfish race would have no one left to control the laws of space, which would be a terrifying disaster for them. After much deliberation, they accepted Luotian, making her the only mixed-blood princess in the starry skyfish race. Initially, her status was low, and she was ostracized by the clan. However, as her strength grew, her status gradually stabilized, and her power increased. Interestingly, after Luotian's arrival, the royal bloodlines of the starry skyfish race began to awaken again. More and more people awakened their bloodlines, and the elders believed it was due to Luotian's good fortune. Eventually, Luotian reached the Saint Sovereign level, becoming the youngest and most powerful Saint Sovereign in the starry skyfish race. Later, Luotian left the starry skyfish race and disappeared. Lin Moyu recounted Luotian's experiences. The Hao Saint Sovereign said,
So she encountered Shaolin Supreme and was severely injured by a sneak attack.
The Tian Saint Sovereign laughed.
The soul pearl drifted in the starry sky and was obtained by you. Shaolin Supreme died because of you, and finally, Luotian was revived because of you. In this way, you are Luotian's savior.
The War Saint Sovereign gave Lin Moyu a playful look.
I once met Luotian. She is very beautiful. You saved her. Did she offer herself to you? If she did, you should accept. Our human race isn't that conservative. It's fine.
The Hao Saint Sovereign also said seriously,
This is acceptable.
Lin Moyu was both amused and exasperated. These Saint Sovereigns, usually so serious and aloof, suddenly became like this. Lin Moyu didn't respond to their teasing.
I feel like Luotian is searching for something in the outer domain.
The Tian Saint Sovereign, known for his knowledge, said,
I know about this. Luotian is looking for her mother's whereabouts. Not only her, but her father is also searching.
The War Saint Sovereign and the Tian Saint Sovereign looked over, their eyes filled with curiosity.
Old Hao, how do you know this? If I remember correctly, you were the one who told us about Luotian back then. I found it strange at the time. How do you know so much about Luotian?
They stared at the Hao Saint Sovereign as if they had discovered a new continent. The Hao Saint Sovereign remained calm.
It's nothing, just some old stories. Luotian's father, Luo Qitian, was my friend. All these things were told to me by Luo Qitian. After he sent Luotian back, he came to see me.
Lin Moyu found it odd. If the Hao Saint Sovereign was friends with Luotian's father, why didn't he ask for the Soul Pearl when he knew it was in Lin Moyu's possession? Given his abilities, the chances of reviving Luotian would have been higher. But the Hao Saint Sovereign acted as if he knew nothing, said nothing, and did nothing. Sensing Lin Moyu's gaze, the Hao Saint Sovereign slowly explained,
Luo Qitian and Luo Shen's mother fled to the outer domain. Later, they encountered an accident, and Luo Shen's mother disappeared, leaving only Luo Shen. Luo Qitian naturally wanted to search for her but didn't want Luo Shen to encounter any accidents, so he sent her back. Afterward, he came to see me, had a drink with me before leaving, and told me the whole story. There's one more thing you don't know. The lifespan of the starry sky fish race's saint sovereigns is only 5,000 years.
Everyone was shocked. The war saint sovereign blurted out.
So short?
The lifespan of a saint sovereign, barring accidents, generally ranges from 30,000 to 50,000 years. Different races have different lifespans, but most fall within this range. Only some special plant-based races can live longer, up to 70,000 or 80,000 years. But saying a saint sovereign can only live 5,000 years is too short, only about 1/10 of the normal lifespan. Lin Moyu's heart skipped a beat. He thought of the starry sky spirit race. He speculated,
could it be because the starry sky fish race was also created by a celestial sovereign, so their lifespan is particularly short?
He felt it was possible. Creating life is an act against the heavens. After all, a celestial sovereign is not the heavens. For such unnatural beings, a shorter lifespan is understandable. The Tian Saint Sovereign said,
but Luo Shen's lifespan is more than 5,000 years.
The Hao Saint Sovereign nodded.
Yes, that's because Luo Shen has human blood, making her different from other starry sky fish race members. Luo Shen's mother also seemed to have her lifespan altered due to Luo Qitian's influence. Luo Qitian believes his wife is still alive, so he has been searching in the outer domain. It seems Luo Shen is also searching for her parents, which is why she went to the outer domain. However, Luo Shen reached the Saint Sovereign level and waited until a second Saint Sovereign appeared in the starry sky fish race before leaving.
Lin Moyu nodded secretly. In this way, Luo Shen had long repaid her debt of gratitude. From his brief interaction with Luo Shen, Lin Moyu could tell she was a person who valued loyalty and righteousness. As they chatted along the way, Lin Moyu listened more and spoke less. The Saint Sovereigns had experienced much over thousands of years, and their stories provided Lin Moyu with a wealth of information. Upon returning to the Divine City Star domain, Lin Moyu left the War God Fortress. He then boarded the Hao Saint Sovereign's warship to return to the core area, while the War God Fortress was taken away by the War Saint Sovereign. The War God Fortress originally belonged to the War God Hall and was usually under the War Saint Sovereign's control. Feeling the familiar atmosphere of the Divine City Star domain and seeing the bustling star systems, Lin Moyu felt the peaceful beauty of the human race. A race that can live peacefully and steadily is a happy one. War is terrifying. Once it descends, countless lives will be sacrificed. Lin Moyu hoped that such disasters would not befall the human race again. The Hao Saint Sovereign said,
when you return to the Divine City, take a good rest. There are still matters to discuss with you.
Lin Moyu nodded.
All right, I'll organize my findings from this trip and then come to see you.
The Hao Saint Sovereign smiled.
No rush, no rush. Rest well first.
The Tian Saint Sovereign also smiled.
Indeed, no rush. We've waited thousands of years for this matter. There's no hurry.
1958. Chapter 1958. What exactly is the outer domain like? The warship returned to the Divine City, and Lin Moyu, who had just relaxed, suddenly tensed up, his brows slightly furrowed. With a questioning look in his eyes, he asked,
is my sister not here?
He did not sense Lin Moyu Han's presence. She was not in the Divine City. The Hao Saint Sovereign explained.
3 years ago, your sister woke up and reached the 9th stage of God's Sovereign. The Sword Saint Sovereign asked for her opinion, and with her permission, took her to train.
Lin Moyu asked,
where did they go?
The Hao Saint Sovereign replied,
they went to the Sword Realm. The Sword Realm is an independent space left from ancient times, once the site of an ancient sect. Later, we discovered it and obtained part of its inheritance, but some of it remains unexplored. Rest assured, there's no danger inside. If your sister is lucky, she might obtain the sect's ultimate inheritance, which would be a great fortune.
Lin Moyu had no doubts about the House Saint Sovereign's words and murmured,
It's good that there's no danger.
The Tian Saint Sovereign added,
In the high-level area of the Divine City, there's a sect called the Heavenly Sword Sect. Its founder obtained an inheritance called the Heavenly Sword from the Sword Realm and established the sect. With that inheritance, he cultivated to the other shore realm and almost became a Saint Sovereign. According to him, the Heavenly Sword was just a medium-level inheritance of that sect.
In ancient times, there were many sects with numerous and powerful inheritances. If one could obtain a strong and suitable inheritance, it would indeed be a great opportunity. Lin Moyu originally wanted his sister to try the Soul Sword sect's inheritance, but it seemed he would have to wait for another time. There was no rush.
I wonder which is stronger compared to the Soul Sword sect's inheritance.
Lin Moyu pondered, but there was no way to compare the two. Returning to the central hall, the Talisman Saint Sovereign, who had received the news early, was waiting there. He asked eagerly,
Where is it?
The Talisman Saint Sovereign's greatest interest in life was studying runes, especially ancient runes. Unfortunately, complete ancient runes were too rare, which was a great regret for him. Now, with a complete ancient rune in front of him, how could the Talisman Saint Sovereign not be excited? The House Saint Sovereign tossed the box to the Talisman Saint Sovereign.
Why the rush?
The Talisman Saint Sovereign replied,
It's a rare material. How can I not be in a hurry?
He hugged the box, his eyes gleaming as he scanned it, growing more excited the more he looked. In the next moment, he turned into a stream of light and disappeared from everyone's sight, heading to his training room to study the runes. The others present chuckled. To the Talisman Saint Sovereign, the contents of the box were not important. The runes on the box were what mattered. The House Saint Sovereign said,
I hope he can figure it out. If not, we can ask Elder Xing.
Lin Moyu thought to himself,
If it doesn't work, I'll just smash it. Since the contents are so precious, they should be sturdy. I'll just be careful and smash it a few more times.
Lin Moyu had confidence in the Scourge Staff. It was perfect for smashing things. Thinking of the Scourge Staff, Lin Moyu remembered the Soul Spirit world he had visited. The Soul Spirit beasts there could be absorbed to enhance the Soul Gem, allowing it to truly awaken. Lin Moyu thought he should find time to visit the Soul Spirit world again. Perhaps he could gain something there. Having said and discussed everything along the way, Lin Moyu returned to his training room. He needed to organize his gains and had some new insights into the laws of space. By organizing them well, his mastery of the laws of space would surely improve. Compared to the laws of space, the laws of time were what troubled Lin Moyu. Space could at least be sensed, but time was always fleeting, making it difficult to grasp. Currently, Lin Moyu could only speed up time a bit, and only his own time, which had no practical use. Clearing his mind, Lin Moyu organized himself, letting his body and mind completely calm down. The dust from the journey was washed away, and his energy, spirit, and vigor quickly returned to their peak state. In his soul world, the Law Star River of Space laws appeared, and his own tributary grew thicker. Lin Moyu estimated that his mastery of the laws of space had reached about 15%. However, he had made no progress with the laws of time, which was a complete failure of his plan to advance both simultaneously. A few days later, the space around Lin Moyu suddenly changed, and a teleportation array formed above his head. In the next second, the teleportation array activated, and Lin Moyu disappeared from his training room. In a flash, Lin Moyu saw the familiar sea of laws and smiled wryly.
Elder Xing, aren't you afraid I'll go mad?
The moment the teleportation array appeared, he had already reacted. If he had resisted slightly, he wouldn't have been teleported away. From the teleportation array, Lin Moyu sensed Elder Xing's aura, so he didn't resist. Elder Xing glanced at him.
With your soul quality, are you afraid of going mad?
Lin Moyu laughed.
Why are you in such a hurry? I was planning to come to see you in a few days.
Elder Xing snorted.
I'm old and impatient. Is there a problem with that?
Lin Moyu dared not say there was a problem. The person before him was a true big shot of the human race. Although he didn't manage anything, he was a trump card.
Tell me about your experiences in the outer domain. This old man wants to hear.
Elder Xing said while fishing, his ears already perked up. Lin Moyu began to recount his story, repeating what he had told the Saint Sovereigns, with only a few minor details omitted. Elder Xing was also interested in ancient matters, as curious as the Saint Sovereigns. Moreover, Elder Xing knew more than the Saint Sovereigns, allowing him to analyze more systematically. As Lin Moyu recounted his experiences, he also waited for Elder Xing's insights, which would provide him with more information. Elder Xing thought for a long time before exhaling deeply. Lin Moyu could sense his complex emotions, causing fluctuations in the Law Star Sea. Elder Xing said,
You are very fortunate to have met Red Star Supreme. You have also filled in some gaps about ancient events. Shanlin Supreme deserved to die. You did well. Many people who died at his hands over the years can finally rest in peace.
On the way back, Lin Moyu had taken out the human race corpses he had obtained from Shanlin Supreme. The Human Emperor Network could identify their true identities, allowing them to return to their roots. Elder Xing continued,
As for the items obtained from the Soul Spirit battleship, let's see if the talisman Saint Sovereign can figure them out. If not, I'll think of something. The items inside should be very precious. Such a box was considered precious even in ancient times, so it won't contain anything useless. Moreover, the fact that it was entrusted to the Soul Spirit race indicates that some agreement was likely made. The secret might be inside the box. You have mastered some space laws, which is good. When you can freely open space gates, you can explore the outer domain again. You might gain more.
Listening to Elder Xing, Lin Moyu couldn't help but ask,
Elder Xing, what exactly is the outer domain like?
1959. Chapter 1959. Elder Xing's apocalyptic words. Elder Xing laughed, his smile somewhat peculiar. He looked up at the sky, which reflected the light of the Sea of Laws, hazy and resembling a starry sky, dotted with countless points of light. Then, a star map appeared in midair. Lin Moyu had seen this star map before. It was the star map of the inner domain. It marked the positions of various races, the size of their occupied star domains, and their spheres of influence, all clearly detailed. Then the star map began to expand, growing larger and larger. As the star map expanded, the proportion of the inner domain's star domain became smaller and smaller. Lin Moyu was greatly astonished. He had imagined the outer domain to be vast, but he hadn't expected it to be this vast. As Lin Moyu was shocked, the star map continued to expand until it filled the entire top and finally stopped. At this point, the proportion of the inner domain's star domain was less than 1%. 99% of the entire star map was outer space. Elder Xing smiled and said,
Do you think the outer space is just this big?
Lin Moyu whispered.
Isn't it?
Elder Xing laughed heartily.
Of course not, it's far from it. In fact, no one knows how big the outer space is.
At this point, Elder Xing drew a range on the star map with his hand, roughly several times larger than the inner domain's star domain. Elder Xing explained,
Our inner domain starry sky, at its longest diameter, is no more than 2 million light-years. In ancient times, the inner domain space was even larger, with a diameter of about 3 million light-years. Don't be fooled by the small increase. At that time, 3 million light-years was the territory of our human race, so the alien races were all outside this 3 million light-year range.
Lin Moyu was astonished. Within a 3 million light-year range, how many star systems, resources, and populations must there have been? It was an incredibly vast number. Looking at the current star domain occupied by the human race, it barely exceeded 500,000 light-years. Compared to ancient times, it was a world of difference. Elder Xing continued,
The ancient wars were very brutal. Countless star systems were destroyed, resources became scarcer, and the star domain shrank. But this had no impact on the outer space.
Finally getting to the main point, Lin Moyu perked up his ears to listen carefully.
You also know that the human race once occupied multiple worlds. The human race extracted the origins of these worlds and invested them into the Great World, causing the Great World to continuously expand. But the expansion speed of the Great World was too fast, far exceeding the expansion speed of the human race. And the birth of resources takes time. These resources haven't had time to be born and are not suitable for living beings to cultivate and grow, which is the outer space. From ancient times to now, the star domains suitable for cultivation and growth have become smaller and smaller, but the expansion of the Great World has never stopped. Who can know how big the outer space is?
Lin Moyu was astonished.
So the Great World has always been expanding.
Elder Xing said,
The area I marked is the farthest region the human race has ever reached, about 1 million light-years from the inner domain. You reached there this time due to the space turmoil, perhaps even exceeding the 1 million light-year boundary.
As the distance increases, the volume of the starry sky increases exponentially, making it almost impossible to explore every region. Lin Moyu knew that even in ancient times, no celestial sovereign had fully explored the outer space. Perhaps only by becoming the master of the great world could one know all the details of the outer space. Even if he fully mastered the laws of space, he might reach the world's boundary, but that would only be a temporary boundary. Because the world is still expanding, the current boundary is not the true border. Lin Moyu asked,
Since resources can regenerate, why has our star domain been shrinking from ancient times to now, while the outer space remains desolate?
Elder Xing rolled his eyes at Lin Moyu.
How would I know? I'm not a celestial sovereign. Resource regeneration is just a record from ancient times. I haven't seen it with my own eyes. But I can tell you that over the years, our star domain has been gradually shrinking. Apart from the reasons of war, resources are indeed decreasing, and the occupied star domain is also shrinking. I've calculated that in the last 100,000 years, our star domain has shrunk by about 100,000 light-years.
Currently, the entire star domain is about 2 million light-years, and in 100,000 years it has shrunk by 100,000 light-years, losing 10,000 light-years every 10,000 years. Lin Moyu was shocked.
At this rate, in another 2 million years, all resources will disappear? Almost. It won't take 2 million years. I estimate that in another 100,000 years, the great world will be in complete chaos. All the strong races will take action, but the first step will definitely be to eliminate the small races. The strong races will hoard a large amount of resources for themselves.
Lin Moyu could imagine that in the absence of resource regeneration, various cultivation resources would be the first to be seized. At that time, the first to fall would be the small races, who have no future and can only become the fish and meat in the hands of the strong races. At that time, there would be no sympathy, and the small races would face extinction. Elder Xing continued,
Then, as resources become scarcer, wars will break out among the strong races. But the wars won't happen within star systems. They will occur in the void. There will still be some tacit understanding among the strong races. The losing side's resources will be plundered, and their population will decrease. From strong races to small races, and then from small races to extinction.
Elder Xing described a cruel reality, a reality that is highly likely to happen in the future. Lin Moyu asked,
But even if there are more resources, they will eventually be exhausted. What will happen then? What's the difference in the outcome?
Elder Xing laughed, his smile somewhat eerie. His voice became low and deep, slowly uttering a sentence.
The world will be reborn. If we can survive the most difficult period, after the world's rebirth, we might gain new life. Laws will be reshaped, rules will be rebuilt, and anything is possible.
Listening to these words, Lin Moyu inexplicably thought of the almost collapsing Great World runes. He suddenly realized that the world might not be reborn. The inability of resources to regenerate might be related to the severe damage to the Great World runes. If this is true, the world will not be reborn. Not only will it not be reborn, but the world might even perish. At that time, all living beings in the world will die with no escape. But this was just Lin Moyu's speculation, and he didn't dare to say it out loud. He tentatively asked,
Is there any other possibility?
Elder Xing said,
Of course there is, but the possibility is low. One possibility is that the Great World, during its expansion, encounters a new world, and we annex the new world. Just like in ancient times, we seize the origin of the new world and incorporate it into the Great World. We can also obtain all the resources of the new world. But this possibility is too small. Even if we encounter it, can we win? We don't even have a supreme now. We'd more likely be plundered.
Lin Moyu knew that in ancient times, even the weakest worlds had one or two supremes. Now, without a supreme in the great world, encountering such a small world would be a disaster, not a plunder. Elder Xing said,
Another possibility is that a celestial sovereign is born here, which might activate the great world. But now that the divine path is broken, let alone a celestial sovereign, even a supreme can't be born. This possibility is even smaller.
1960.